Should Hattrick have constant balance changes regarding players with or without specialities? A forum interview with a world champion duo Gabe and Hardy, and all the stats that you could get. This is HT News for week 7. Hey guys, it's Papa Mish and I hope you know the drill. We're gonna check some amazing stats, forum highlights, throw some ideas and see what's happening in our green world. We're not gonna only see the best performance for week number 7, as week 7 is also the mid-season point. So I'm gonna use this Hattrick stat chpp to see who was the best team and the hardest division on average. I'll show you how to do it, and you could also copy some stats for your forum post. So the best team for this week was Lomburgo from Brazil with 626 Hatstats, and the toughest division was the first division in the Netherlands with 515. But if you want to see who was the best on average, just change this from week 7 to average and it will calculate the average rating for the first 7 rounds. The best team for the first half of this season will still be Lumburgo from Brazil with an average of 561 Hatstats, and the toughest division, so we have two topping the charts, the first division from Estonia and the first division from Israel averaging 502 Hatstats. And if I want to copy some information from this side very quickly and easily to the forum post, I can just click here, it will copy all the information. I'll go to a forum post and I could just paste it here. And when I press preview, it will show me the table. So here I copied the average stats for the toughest leagues, but you could also choose here, wait a second, your own country, the division you are playing, average or a particular round, and copy anything you want to the forum post. Engage with your friends in your local communities and let's make this experience even more interesting. For more HT stats for week 7, let's check the most surprising matches. And the biggest upset happened in the 5th division in Bulgaria when Team Hallucinogen won against Magic Speed, and the difference in Hatstats was 117. One thing I would really like them to add is the opportunity to sort by stats, because sometimes the biggest difference will be in a low division, but it's very interesting to see who was the top performance to get wrecked by the match engine and to lose with big stats. Furthermore, we'll see the best game for this week was an amazing Bundesliga match in Germany when Haudinen with 601 Hatstats played against Kolzenschreiber with 552, and the combined Hatstats was 1153. That's insane. The team maintaining the longest winning streak is Los Serenos with 33, and tomorrow they will be playing the Hattrick Masters final. They'll really want to reach 34 because that will make their season insane. And the top scorer is still Pedro Zurita, the undying Argentinian scorer. Best forum thread by far this week was the discussion about non-specialty players opened by a Czech manager called Steer, and he said that players without a specialty are pretty much garbage in Hattrick right now. Nobody really wants them, nobody really buys them, and they are only meant for lower division, and he thinks maybe they need some buffs, maybe to decrease their salary, make them stronger, make their stamina last longer, something like this. And it started a very interesting discussion. Managers were agreeing with him, disagreeing with him, and some thought that players without a specialty should get some incentive and some improvement. But then another message that a lot of managers did agree with was Lord of the Manura player from the Premier Division in Chile, and he said, hey guys, don't forget, players without specialties are super cheap. You could buy a really good player without a specialty and you will benefit more. So they are cheap. And for some extent, he's really right. In 2018, we had the last specialty change. And we have some numbers. For instance, we have the percentages for quick players to score, to generate goals. So we could pretty much estimate how much more worth or contribution a player with a specialty will give you compared to his non-spec counterpart. And also we could see how much more money people are paying for a player with a specialty on the transfer market. And it's not balanced. If a specialty will be worth 5% more in contribution, people will sometimes pay 50% or more on the transfer market. So for a very top end team that playing in the Hattrick Masters, yeah, you want the best skills and the specialty, and you're willing to pay everything because you want to win the biggest titles. But if you are just improving, if you are climbing the leagues and you're thinking about which player to buy, really you could consider players without specialties, and the advantage of them being so cheap will help you improve. So it's something to consider. And another thing that I thought following the discussion is my idea about balance changes. And hear me out, guys. What do you think about this idea? And I really want to know what do you think, and please comment on this later on. In Hattrick, some specialities, I'm now speaking about players with specialties, not without. Some specialities are worthless and some specialities are super good. And Hattrick making the specialty changes once every 5 or 10 years, and for long periods of time some specialities are useless and no one really wants to touch them. Before the last change, everyone was playing with TDFs, 2 free technical defensive forwards. That was a must. Quick wingers, and everyone else should be head specialty. That was it. Always the same. Since the last change, they pretty much killed the contribution of head specialty, tweaked the quicks and unpredictables, and make powerful, super strong technical players. Nobody touches them because of man marking. And it won't change for 3, 4, 5, a lot of years. But once it will, and the teams that build in a one way to maximize the changes right now, they will be furious on the forums, like happened in 2018. So my idea is to make a seasonally balanced change. A lot of games in the world have balance changes. League of Legends, Clash Royale, World of Warcraft, except chess. Chess does not have balance changes. But in Hattrick, I think a seasonally balanced change could be healthy for the game. If you see that the powerful specialty is too common or too good, and in a lot of games the developers will see by their statistics that we have too much or a lot of powerful goals but very little of head specialty goals, the next season in the off season will have a balance change. They will nerf the goals from powerful players, they will buff for the same amount the goals from head specialty players, the same with all other specialties. So over time all the specialties will be pretty balanced, and we'll have one bigger, not big, bigger balance changes during every off season and tweaks once a month. So if they balance this unevenly and one specialty became godly, it will be only for 1 month. So for 4 weeks you should always play with quick specialty players. It will be like a short meta. But if they'll see, oh, what's happening, we have 2 quick goals every game, they will rebalance this after 4 games. Just play with the numbers a little bit of the match engine, of the special events, and overall it will be balanced. It will make us build more versatile team using all specialities and over time making everything more even. What do you think? Please comment. I really want to hear you out. The second discussion I want to share is this interview. It's made with Gabe and Hardy HH, one manager from Italy, the other one from Germany. They are Hattrick friends that never met, and they were the co-coaches of Germany's under-20 team, winning the gold medal in the last World Cup. And that's huge because Germany is the biggest under-20 powerhouse in Hattrick. They won 8 gold medals. So how did they came to run for election in Germany? How did they won? What was the collaboration? And few key moments that led them to win the gold medal for the last World Cup under 20. I'll post the link for this thread on the description, so check it out. The last big thing to happen this week is the Hattrick Masters finals between Los Serenos, the heavy favorites from Benin, and Onico Grande Amore, the Italian team. And I would say one thing, the Romans are not gonna bend easily, and I will be streaming this great final on my Twitch channel tomorrow, and you are welcome to join me. With that, I'll end this week's HT News, and I'll see you next time.